Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, if you're an entrepreneur or business owner and you feel like you're stuck, sometimes you need a high-performance blueprint. We'll be talking to the architect of the high-performance blueprint next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team. And the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, this is a common tale. You're a small business owner. You start to grow your company. Maybe you have 5 employees, 10 employees, maybe even 50 employees. But at a certain point, what got you there won't get you to the next level. And that's when you bring in a high-performance coach. Joining us from Austin is Rob Zirin. He is a high-performance coach, and he's joining us from our Austin studios. Rob, thanks for coming on the show.
Hey Jeff, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here with this gorgeous studio of yours. It's an epic view. I'm really enjoying it.
Wow, you're very kind. I want people to know a little bit about your background because you've been an entrepreneur for some time now, and even you needed a coach at one point.
Yeah, so I wasn't born here in the States. I grew up and was born and raised in the Netherlands, in the Amsterdam area, for those folks who may have traveled there. And so I grew up in a small town, and I used to hear stories like, I am born here and I will die here. And you know, people will kind of develop their communities in the same place. And that really never sat well with me. I always had that burning desire to go out and explore. So I started the company early on because I really realized that I was unemployable, right? It didn't go well trying to follow the path that society had set out, go to college, get a job, right, work your way up the corporate ladder. I tried that for a little bit throughout college, but I just noticed that I was always looking for ways to improve things, to do things better, or to kind of manifest my own ideas. So I started the company early on, and that kind of took me on a path of travel. In the European Union, right, it's a lot easier to travel from country to country, so I did that for a number of years. But I was really just spinning my wheels and not really understanding what I was doing. I did go to business school, but they really didn't teach me a single thing in how to run a company, right? It was just all economics. But I started documenting my lessons, and I started speaking to a lot of people that were kind of coaching me. That was even before I knew what coaching and mentoring was. And I realized that I like to say, don't be a donkey, right? Like, you learn from your mistakes, but I feel that geniuses today, they learn from other people's mistakes. And that's what I started doing, and then just documenting those lessons for myself at first. And that's really where I truly understood the power of like coaching and mentorship and having a good peer community around you.
Well, you've built an amazing business. We're going to pull up your website because you coach people from all over the globe. As we scroll down your website, tell us what an ideal client looks like for you.
Yeah, thank you for this. So an ideal client is typically somebody that is looking for clarity, right? These are people that have tried things. They have a business, ideally a product or a service, and they just have tried things, but they also feel that they're stuck. Right? They might be stuck on their finances, not able to grow their revenues. They might have some leadership issues, not being able to find and retain the right talent to grow their company. Oftentimes, Jeff, they get stuck inside the business, right? Instead of working on the business, they get stuck inside the business, and then that passion for entrepreneurship that kind of dissipates real quickly. So it's those type of people that I love to talk to, because clarity was the one thing, like we talked earlier about the blueprint, right? Clarity was the one thing that really helped me out later in life when I was growing and scaling dozens of businesses. Clarity is the first step in taking massive action. And before clarity, it's just massive confusion. So I love to talk to people that have tried things, they have an idea, but now they need to dial it in.
Yes, and you're an amazing communicator, as people can see. You created a wonderful welcome video for your website a couple of years ago. Let's go ahead and roll that.
My name is Rob Swearman, and being able to help starters, entrepreneurs, and companies grow their businesses and financial future with confidence and control is something that I take pride in. In my business, we have a clear understanding that the work we deliver has a direct impact on your financial success and influence and reach in the marketplace. Because of that, and with clients all over the world, we're up early and working late, committed to helping you accelerate your growth and offer you a proven path that will lead to results and transformation. Because we have taken countless of people and businesses from nothing when all they had was a dream, and grew it and their brand into companies and to break free from their limiting belief and smash records. So take a look, browse around, and don't hesitate to give us a call to discuss your goals and share your idea and vision with us so we can help you realize your big dream. My name is Rob Swearman, and welcome.
Rob, I'm really impressed with you, and you've built an amazing business. I started to look into some of your testimonial videos, and there are just too many to play right now. But let's talk about your retreats, because every year or so, you do these amazing retreats, and we've got some video from one you did a couple of years ago. Tell us about the retreats. What happens?
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, and for showing these videos again. It brings me still so much joy to see this. This has been a few years back, but these bring great memories. So our retreats is really the inner circle, right? The people that have been with us for a number of years. Some people go back like 5, 6, 7, 8 years that they have been with us. And throughout this journey together, you see the transformation. And it's those people that we want to bring together. And we have private dinners with, we connect them with our mentors and coaches. We have guest appearances. And the idea is that you can combine, right, family life and fun and business all together. And I also believe, Jeff, that the best business deals, right, and the best support comes from your inner circle. So we really try to offer this type of environment for people to come out, bring their family and their kids, even if the kids are not part of the business, right, but they get to see what their spouse is up to, who they're surrounded with, and just forge those relationships, because in the end, we're all in the business of people, and I'm sure you agree with this. You run this incredible company and this studio, so we're in the business of relationships, and that's really what we try to foster. And I'm honored if people stay with us for 8, 9, 10 years plus, right? Sometimes we have witnessed the birth of children, marriages, divorces sometimes, and you're really becoming part of people's lives, and it's very personal, and I really enjoy that.
Rob, I'm so impressed with you, and I can see why you're so successful. And one of the secrets to Rob's success is that he gives away the gold for free. He has a manifesto, and we're going to put this on the screen. It's an ebook that if you go to his website, and we're going to give the website domain in a second. Rob, tell us about the manifesto.
Yeah, so this is I was telling you the story earlier, Jeff, before we came on here, but the high performance method, it's really just a compilation of my entire journey, right? We're coming up to 17 years right now, and like I mentioned before, I try to document my lessons. And so the high performance method it took me many years, by the way, to determine that name, right? I was kind of seeking what it all meant to me and trying different things. But my manifesto, it's always a personal booklet that I keep on the side of my bedstand, right? It's where I take my notes, it's where I document my lessons, my failures, my wins, my successes. And a lot of those notes and writings I'm able to take within my internal companies and teach my staff. And then much later, we kind of learned that all these lessons and the learning that we got from those, we started educating our clients with that, and it applied to their businesses too. So the manifesto is really a personal work of mine that has been in the making for nearly 17 years now, which I just want to offer for free. To get to know us, it's almost like a manual, right? If you're currently looking, we're currently at the end of 2024. If you're looking to really, maximize your year next year and to become really the next version of yourself, there's probably a couple of things that you got to do different, right? You have made it up to this point, right? You had some success, but there's areas where you have to grow, improve, or completely rework certain things. And that's really what that manifest is trying to do for you, to give you that manual. And then much later, Jeff, it's just so much work, but I'm trying to publish my second book, and that's going to become the High Performance Method, but that's still in the making because there's almost so much more content to add. So that's still a work in progress.
And one of the reasons he's such a smooth communicator is he's not only a great guest on shows like mine, he's a very popular podcast host. We're going to show the podcast page of your website, and as we scroll down this, tell us about your podcast and the kinds of guests that you like to invite.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so the podcast was a really great project that initially started with my business partner. And we kept running into these very interesting people that we did business with. These are people that we associate with in the masterminds or that we meet in certain business transactions. And so what I wanted to do is really get people together and share the lesson very much in what I'm trying to do with my manifesto and my message, right, towards my clients and just the world, right, sharing these lessons so that people can take some of these nuggets and take whatever applies to them and to accelerate that journey. So we also have it on Spotify, and on Spotify the angle is really get to know the founders behind success. And that's very similar to my podcast platform that you just showed here. We try to dive deep on what makes success, what does it mean to the individual, and then what are mostly the failures that got them there. Because you may agree, Jeff, that you don't really learn from your successes, right? It's a very bad indicator of what catapulted that growth. So we mainly focus on the failures, and then what did we learn from that, and how can someone else, right, avoid those mistakes and get there faster?
Outstanding. We're almost out of time. So Rob, in the last minute or so, I want you to talk to the business owner or entrepreneur who is struggling. They see themselves on the hamster wheel. What words of encouragement do you want to say to them?
I would like to say that in 2025, if you have been on the fence about your next move, right? You may be in business, you may have had many ideas that you haven't really taken action on. I want to say to you that you have all the potential in sight, but sometimes you need a bit of a guidance to unlock that full potential. And that's really where we can come in and help you. You know, whether you join our programs or you just end up watching our videos or reading my books, I think the message really is that I believe that there's a roadmap to life. And we owe it to ourselves to really discover our purpose, and then through a business, you can really make a bigger impact on the planet. And so we believe that with the right roadmap, you can really unlock your full potential, and then everything will improve. And I will finish this with a short story. Many years ago, someone from Tanzania, Africa, came to us. I had no idea at the time how they found us, but they managed to contact us. And in a few short years, they managed to become one of the most influential safari tour companies in Tanzania, Africa, just by believing in themselves and having the guidance in a step-by-step approach in how to approach business, in how to increase client satisfaction, in how to really distinguish themselves from everybody else. And if it wasn't for that person that took action and reached out to her first, then probably she wouldn't have succeeded in the way that she had done up to this point. So I want to say that if you feel that you have this burning desire to take it to that next level, you got to take action. And to accelerate that journey, right, seek out good advice, listen to good people, right? Read books, because there is a blueprint. And maybe you want to read one of my books or join our newsletter. But you can achieve success, because just when you're willing to give up, success is just around the corner.
Outstanding. You've been an amazing guest. Thank you for sharing your heart and your wisdom with my audience. We're going to end with his website, which is his name, robzweerman.com. The great Rob Zweerman, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff. It was an absolute pleasure being here.
You bet. God bless. We'll see you next time.